All right, greetings to everybody that's actually listening to this right now. It's 12:16, and I just couldn't wait. I wanted to make this video and get it over and done with it, because at some points this really concerns me, right? It really does concern me, and when something really concerns me, I just need to vent, to express my feelings in terms of what is really going on, right? And what I'm actually seeing with the whole situation that always hinders people where they don't see, that always lowers people's vibration when they don't even realize it or take note of it, but they make irrational decisions in terms of hyping anything that might be trending just so they can actually be a part of it or fit in, or try to fit in or get that opportunity to express yourself in something you don't even understand, that it has a way of affecting you, and it really does concern me, you see. So today I just want to talk about this the artificial intelligence, how many people I think are sleeping on it, because a silly trend will start and people hype it all up to the point that everybody partakes in it without realizing the psychological background, what it does to you when you become a part of it, right? And so I hope you're gonna be able to pay attention. I don't usually make videos like this, but I thought I should actually do this one, right? So you have to listen very carefully. And if it happens that I share some deep words, please try to get a dictionary or search about, just make a research or search about the specific word which you don't understand, because I won't have time to actually break down those words. I just want to make this video, I don't even want to make it so long, right? So before I talk about the AI, the artificial intelligence, I want to talk about the metaverse, because it's more likely one and the same thing, right? They back each other to the essence or aspect of having that unity, to uphold this two aspects in actually driving this whole entire agenda, right? They're helping each other out. One can't do well without the other. So it's actually basically it's one and the same thing, right? It's one and the same thing. So the main concern is the AI. It's been trending on TikTok, right? You see people making the AI anime avatar, and people are uploading their photos, turning them into the animated avatars, and everybody's partaking in it. The celebrities are doing it, the influential people are doing it, and personally, listen, I'm just gonna be honest, right? Personally, I think that everybody who is actually did this whole AI anime avatar challenge, or whatever you want to call it, your guys are just bots, right? You are just bots. I'm just gonna be honest with you, without fear of favor, right? This is a fact. Because I came to realize that people just do things without actually checking the background of what is it that I'm actually doing, how is it actually affecting me, right? They don't do that. Nobody cares anymore. We're living in this world whereby now people don't even see what is the truth anymore, or what is a lie, right? What do you call it? Go with the flow. Life is too short, do this and that, have fun. So it's crazy. So I think that everybody who did this thing is actually a bot, right? There's something wrong with you. You need to check yourself up. Not to say that you're sick or anything, but I'm actually motivating you that you really need to check yourself up. Why is it that you will find yourself into this trance, right? And what good is it bringing to you? I don't even want to mention how it lowers your vibration to a degree that you lose it all. You lose yourself in the process, right? Things are no longer functioning well because you giving this technology to read all about you, to invade your privacy. I know that everybody's privacy is always invaded, but I feel like a lot of you guys, when you fall victim into this trance, you actually put yourself in a pedestal way that you are now an open book to be read. It means that they can actually manipulate you anytime they feel like it, because already now you've given your energy to them. It's what I always tell you, that listen, when the system is about to do something bad on you, it first produces it to you in a way that's like a game, right? So that you don't actually take it seriously. It's like when you go and watch a movie on cinema, right? They take you there in this dark room, right? So that they can actually be able to manipulate the light within you. The dark room that's outside of you is there to actually try to diffuse the light that is inside of you, with the reflection of what you're actually viewing with your eyes that's affecting your first eye, so that you can actually stay programmed. The moment when you walk out of the cinema, you're different, totally different, right? Well, you don't literally realize it then, but it hits. The after effect comes on you without even noticing. But it just literally programs you to the point that even though the information they were giving you there in that movie, when you come out of it, now it was just a movie. None of it is real, right? Don't take it real. Automatically now, you have given your energy that whatsoever they were showing you on that movie, when the time comes, when they do it to you, you won't have power or energy to fight and go against it. You're just going to take it all inside of you, right? That's what you're going to do. You take it all inside of you. So I'm looking at this AI anime avatar challenge. People are uploading their photos, all of that. And they're actually allowing the system to scan you. Basically, they're scanning everything about you. As we speak right now, I wouldn't be surprised if you find out that now there's a clone of yours that is ready when the time comes, when the AI takes over. Your clone now is ready, okay? Because all of this artificial intelligence has read everything about you. By just putting up and uploading your photos, then automatically it detects everything about you. Then for them it's much more easier to make a copy and paste of you, right? It makes things much more easier for them. I mean, like, I know that there are people which have given themselves up to actually be like, listen, I'm up for it, right? I want you to experiment on me and put up the MK Ultra, or make another me, a very same person that's like me, but in a different imaginary, which I'm more comfortable with. Therefore, they're actually collecting data of your information, right? To make you to make that figure of you to complement the all of the facial which you have and possess as a person who just given up the photo to this apps or gadgets, whatever you want to call it. Then everything just become one, and the next thing now you're losing yourself in the process. So there are people which have given themselves to that aspect, like willingly. They're going with it, right? They know all about it. They're putting themselves first in front to actually experience all of it, right? They are ready to lose their soul and live as a consciousness in a different gadget or robotic system, right? And you who has no idea what's happening, you come about and you basically sacrificing yourself. It's like you're no different than a person who just gave their soul for all the aspects of actually enriching themselves or living the lavish life, that makes them happy, right? Quote unquote happy. I know that you can't really give up your soul, but you selling your soul it's a metaphor. You can't really sell your soul, right? But it's like you're giving control of your conscious level, which they're able to invade anytime and control it for you and tell you how to live your life. So everybody who is partaking in this whole AI anime avatar or template or whatever you want to call it, you're basically actually giving yourself to the system to be like, listen, let's actually take and invade this person's data and make another person that's like him or her in an anime which they are suited or suitable to be in, right? You now having a new body and a different experience that's waiting for you. Anything that happens, it makes it much more easy. Anything that happens, if you die now, they're able to actually come and collect your consciousness and put it up in that anime which you chose yourself to actually represent or be a part of. And your guys don't actually see this, right? But not to confuse you, let me actually talk about the metaverse first, right? So the metaverse has given a large platform to people to hypothetically get into the imaginary world, right? So what this means is, actually it's like a hijack system, okay? Because they know what's happening. The world is going through ascension right now as we speak, right? And people are now able to tap into their imaginary world to the point that they never knew that they can have certain access in their lives to manifest anything into their reality, right? So the metaverse comes in to hijack that for you so that you don't have the full experience to understand how powerful you are. You'll have that experience, but in the metaverse world, whereby now you'll practice everything inside of that space and better their function of the metaverse which they have actually brought up in this world or created, right? So now you're not going to use this energy to benefit you, you're going to use this energy to benefit the metaverse. And I remember I warned people about metaverse that, listen, metaverse is coming, right? And it's coming for Facebook, and your guys need to actually do this. You really need to delete your Facebook, right? Or even though you're still a part of it, don't take part in this whole metaverse thing. Now I see people going to buy that gadget, right, that they put up on their eyes and connect with their brain, right, to function in a metaverse imaginary world, right? And like, everybody is losing themselves in that process that people don't even realize it. Because to them, it's just fun and games, right? You tell them, no, this is just a game. It's not really going to affect me, We're just having fun. Now you bring all your family members, everybody, And it's really, really crazy. And to say, actually, there's something that I missed out when I was talking about the AI anime avatars. I forgot to add this, right? Most of the people who are partaking in this whole thing, definitely I bet that a lot of you took the shot, which I understand why you're acting this way, right? It's still the same process that the very same people who are in love with this metaverse, Facebook, imaginary world, you took the shot, right? Now you're working as a pull factor. You're bringing other people who didn't have interest in this whole entire thing to say, listen, it's okay. Come on board, have fun, and taste the good world. And it's really, really terribly crazy, man. And this is just the beginning. And if people don't see what's happening right now, then I really become concerned, even though I shouldn't have to be concerned, right? But it's really, 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 really concerning that the truth is just right there, right in front of you, but you still have time, all in the world, to ignore it and act as if you don't see what's really going on or happening in this world. So with the understanding, before I go deep with the metaverse, you need to understand something, that where does the metaverse come from, or the idea comes from? And it's not from Mark Zuckerberg. To him this was just a dream, and he just took over it because he has money, and he actually, things worked well for him as he planned, and he was a perfect candidate to like reproduce it back in this generation, so that they can actually be able to take over and control people, not to have an entirely chance to be on the higher dimension, but to keep them at a lower vibration, right? The third dimension world, right? Because we have different dimensions. The third dimension world is this planet. We have the fourth dimension, which is the dreamland. The fifth dimension, which is the higher consciousness level of vibration you having to live from, with this high frequency. Basically, for the people who understand it in a different language, you might call it like a haven. You reaching the certain haven within your high consciousness life, right? Not in a physical way, but in the prospect of your mind. Freeing your mind and living at a higher vibration. From there on, the dimensions still go on and on and on and on. They don't actually stop, right? The higher dimension, the more you get into a different dimension, you enter another reality of a dimension. So they're so different, with different capabilities, abilities, and manifestation powers, right? For example, the third dimension is where you dream. It's where you actually enter your dream state. When you sleep, every time you traveling in a different dimension, but not everybody. You dreaming and other people traveling, right? Getting into that reality whereby even when you try to kill yourself, you don't feel any pain, right? Everything that's there is actually the real world. That this reality, the third dimension reality, is trying to imitate by all means, but it's not real. The only real one is the one that's on the fourth dimension, moving forth, right? So you really need to understand this, that when they introduce this artificial intelligence, the metaverse, they're trying to keep you on the third dimension, low vibration state, by all means necessary, because it works for them. They're able now to control everybody at the same time, because those who control the world, who thinks that they still control it with the system, right? They can never be able to control everybody if they don't implement things like metaverse and artificial intelligence, in order for people to be easily controlled. They can't do it without those things. Therefore, every time when there's a certain ascension taking place, they'll come up with this whole entire experience to hijack it for themselves, so that they can actually select the people which will be willingly subject to this whole entire thing that they're actually bringing up and above. It's how to put this. It's actually basically like divide and conquer, right? You might not see it that we're being divided, but they do it in a reverse psychology that you don't even realize it. With a blind eye, because you don't want to wake up, then you'll actually be vulnerable to that state. Anyway, so I was telling you about the metaverse, because I know many people think that Mark Zuckerberg is the one who came up with it. No, he didn't, right? There's an American science fiction writer. His name is Neil Stephenson. Please check him out. Coins the term metaverse in his book Snow Crash, right? Which depicts dystopian future world where rich people escape into an alternative 3D connected reality. You see, so it's like an escape into an alternative 3D connected reality. So basically his idea, Neil Stephenson's idea, was actually to introduce the fact that there's a way to escape a different reality so that you can actually stay on the lower vibration. This is actually basically for the people who don't have the capabilities to be on the higher vibration. We might actually say that it's human beings, aka white people. There's a certain limit they have when it comes to them raising their consciousness and their vibration. They can raise it, but at a certain degree, at a certain level. It's like when I tell you guys that black people, aka carbon beings, we have a DEA, not DNA, right? Do we have DNA, RNA? And white people only have human beings only have the DNA, right? The difference, somebody might be asking, what is the difference, right? The difference is when you look at the prospect of the DEA, it doesn't have double helix. It has more than that, and the series of it are many. They multiply so many times that they don't even stop. Whereas when it comes to the DNA, it only has the double helix, right? And the series are limited. Actually, let me actually put it out straight. The series don't actually go above number 3. It's either not all human beings actually have come close to that 3 series of the DEA within the double helix connected to it. It's usually some have 1, 2. It's a luck if you're a human being you have a 3rd series, right? But when it comes to the DEA, it goes way and above. It's not a double helix. It's different helix, right? It's like an artistic way that keeps on expanding all the time. You see, so it's like human beings have have blue veins, whereas carbon beings, black people, we have the green veins, and the green veins is evidence that's connected to everything that is of nature, because the richest of the power of nature comes from the green plant. Like, we used to be green before. I used to tell you guys that watch Avatar. Basically, it actually tells the whole entire story. And by the way, I haven't watched the new Avatar. I still have to go and watch it so that I can actually be able to decipher it and see what they're bringing about in that whole entire history. But it's our story, right? Superman, X-Men, Marvel, all the superheroes, right, are actually our carbon black history, right? The truth. So they're always talking about us, you see. But anyway, let me actually continue. So when it comes to this whole metaverse, right, it's really, really deeply rooted. Mark Zuckerberg took the first step towards his metaverse dream in 2014 when Facebook acquired a VR headset company, Oculus, for $2 billion US. Oculus allows people to teleport into a new virtual world and experience. Just to correct that statement, it's not really teleporting. It might be the communication in a different world, which is the imaginary world, but it's something different. It's something different. You have to understand this first. What is metaverse? Metaverse is a virtual world that allows people to chat, work, play, shop without leaving their homes. It is an amalgamation of multiple technologies like blockchain, 3D animation, and virtual reality. Basically, the artificial intelligence is predominant. Without it, it can't be able to uphold the metaverse as the prospect to actually create that reality or that imaginary world to actually coexist or to exist with it, basically. So it's not really teleport, but the imaginary world, right? Whereby now you're completely a slave in this metaverse, and it's like actually they're keeping you in the house. They're trying to tell you that you need to be sustained in a way that you don't actually go out and try to have the connection with the sun, with the nature itself, because you know what's happening right now. I always tell you guys, walk with your barefoot, being connected with nature, sun gaze all the time. Get all the frequency by all means so that you can actually prepare your body for what's coming. Now with the metaverse, they're trying to keep you in the house, like you're actually in jail, but you don't even see it, because the metaverse is all about you having to chat, work, play, shop without leaving your home all the time, and just live in a different world, which you're actually going to be able to accept and be like, yes, this is the way to go with it now. I just want to take it this way. I want to take this route. And that time, you're sitting on your sofa, on your chair, you're getting fat, gaining weight, you're not doing anything to actually prosper your mind to the point that you actually are able to connect with your higher consciousness, with your higher self, and be activated as a spiritual person. Right now, you're actually being programmed. Okay, you are being programmed to stay the way you are, no improvement. And I bet even with this metaverse has a software whereby now you have to actually upgrade it. Imagine you upgrading your software, but you're not actually doing anything to yourself. You're not meditating, you're not actually having a proper diet, you're not actually taking the initiative to actually be a different person and high level of vibration. You're always the same figure, right? There's no way you won't gain weight, man. You will definitely. All there is to do for you is to eat a lot of food and accumulate all the metaverse in your mind, making you or turning you into a slave, right? Because I know that this metaverse, I've never took part in it, but I know that the metaverse, with it, you can actually be able to order things online, to actually make anything possible to make your life easier, quote unquote, to make your life easier, right? You won't even have a proper chance to even exercise, man, and do something good about your life and improve your immune system to the high degree level that whatever that they come about to actually affect you with it don't have a chance. So that's what this is all about, basically, the metaverse, the AI, artificial intelligence. So looking at the artificial intelligence, there's a lot of confusion when it comes to artificial intelligence and the robots, right? Yes, there's the part of robots which the AI is able to actually have control over, but it's not really like something that's robotic, entirely. It has it has the relation, but in a different level. A bot system that's actually being engineered in your mind. So it's like the particles of how to put this, it's like the intelligence of the small little tiny bot that take over your whole entire blood DNA or DEA to actually now turn you in a different way, right? So it's very, very, very interesting though. So the artificial intelligence is where system emulates the human mind to learn, solve problems, and make decisions on fly without needing the instructions specifically programmed. So basically what I'm saying is that every time you take those photos and put them up on the anime, the AI is actually reading you and learning everything about you. It's like you giving your data to this AI intelligence, the artificial intelligence. So they're actually invading your privacy within, right? Looking into everything about you, how you can be easily controlled and be manipulated for future reasons. It's like because that's why I'm saying that you actually giving yourself up now. You're putting yourself in the list and registering yourself already that I want to partake in this and I want to be actually animated. I want you to create me in this metaverse world and I will exist in it, so that when you find it now, it makes it much more easy for you to actually accept it. Why? Because you were taking all these photos and putting them up in the anime AI artificial intelligence avatar, right? So the AI artifacts and the metaverse is one the same thing. When the metaverse started to actually blow up, people were excited about it. Now the trend comes on TikTok about the AI anime avatars. People are actually having fun in it. They're getting excited. Then the moment when this trend falls out, 20 years later, now they come about with this metaverse in a different level and the AI anime. Then you'll be actually a person who goes first to vouch for it without even thinking twice. Why? Because they programmed you 10 years back. You didn't even realize it. Now you're gonna be like a pull factor being used to actually manipulate everybody as well to partake in it, because they think that it's something right. Let's actually do it. not knowing that now you are a sacrifice lamb to strengthen further the system and have control over you. Like, please look at this and look at it in this way. I don't want to make this video very long, by the way. Look at it in this way. Like, as I'm telling you, it is ascension, right? Technology is advancing, spirituality is advancing, or people, they're actually connecting with themselves spiritually, right? Everything is advancing basically. Now, who's gonna lose in this whole aspect? Those who control everybody in this world, or the system at the background, they're gonna lose many things. So what they do now is create something that can exist or coexist with this whole entire awakening system. They will actually make their own structures and build their own structures in a technology way that is advanced, that supports the awakening way, to think that now actually moving in different civilization or advanced situations, when it's not really the case. Now you're going to have to now choose which one you go with it. You see, either you do it in a natural state, or in a controlled state that affects you in a way that you don't even realize it. Now they come up with this whole metaverse, the AI, the bots, all of those things, to actually have a way to control or capture their own people, which will actually partake in it. So this is like separating, because now we in the era of separation. Naturally, those who are not really enlightened or awakened will be separated from those who are sleeping, right? And those who are awakened will actually be in the higher frequency vibration planet, and those who are not will stay behind in this low vibration state. Because the metaverse and the AI is all about the third dimension, right? Because what is 3D? 3D is the third dimension. What is the third dimension? Is a low vibration state of this planet, the hell. It means that you really want to see things always happen in a bad, negative way, because that's when you think you're having most fun all the time, than it is when you have to be on a higher vibration. So you really need to stop taking all of these trends. First of all, taking the trends for granted and thinking that everything is actually fun and games when it's not. You really need to be cautious and be conscious. You really need to be careful, because every time you're giving these people power to manipulate you, and it affects everybody that's around you. It's not only you, but when you take this energy elsewhere, it affects other people, especially if you find them vulnerable and very weak. Now you're influencing them with your energy to actually do the same thing. That's why I'm saying that you're no different than a person who gave their soul to do negative things in this world. You're no different. You're one and the same person. The painful thing about it is that you don't even realize it. At least the person who gave their soul up, they know what they're up against, and when it's their end, what they'll have to go through. But unfortunately, you do not know. You see. So yes, we have a free will in this world, I understand, but it's really sad when people do things without actually realizing the psychological background, how it might actually affect or destroy you. Is it building you up or crushing you down? Right? You really have to make differences. See through how you can actually make it out alive without being affected by anything of this world. Anything that is an attachment of a low vibration will affect you, of course, but you really need to be overcome and be above it, right? You must listen to your spirit and your soul more than you listen to your flesh. Although we love our body, our flesh, it is connected to the matrix, because it is physical. It is able to, it will perish together with everything that is material, right? So what does not perish is your soul. Talking to all the common beings, is your soul. Okay, so you really need to have the intelligence of understanding these things. You can't just really do everything because people are doing it. Now you also want to be part in it, because I know that the NPCs will always be there, front forward, to always do these things. The non-playable characters, because they just don't exist. It's like I always say that They might talk about in this world we like how many we are in this world. I'm just gonna, I'm not really okay, I'm just gonna make up the number. They might say that we are like 7 billion in this planet, right? Only to find out that the only real people in this planet that are real is only 1 billion, or 1 billion 8 million. The rest is just an NPC from a different world, which they've brought back in this reality to try to take over the rest of the 1 billion 8 million people that are real, right? That are real. So don't fall victim, don't be part of the NPCs. I know that there are people which can never be changed or make them understand what they are actually doing. You can never do that. But with the rest, don't fall victim and allow the low vibration to actually take over you. So I hope you find and receive this well. Please make your own research, go further about this. It's very, very deep. I didn't want to touch base on it to the point that I make a long video, but I hope you understand this. It's very, very important to be conscious about these things, and don't actually allow everything to come into your system. It doesn't matter if the most influential people are doing it. Be careful what you actually put yourself to. Don't be a sacrifice lamb without even knowing it.